Is what I would tell myself as the small, short man. Take the deal. It's a bad deal, but it's more than what you have before. It's a trade off. All of life is negotiations, arrangement, trade off, deal making. You have to know yourself and ask yourself, where am I vulnerable? What do I look like out there? By continence, that's the face. By phenotype, that is the height. And the way you're perceived, your social behavior out there is perceived. Take the deal. It's the best deal you're going to get. There ain't no more. I'm not proud of what I have to do. I'm not proud of the trade off. When you look at it from the point of view of the machismo, which is really bullshit. When you look at it from the point of view of what it is to be a man, more bullshit. You do what you have to do. You have to survive out there. You have to get needs met. And you have to know your vulnerabilities, limitations. You have to ask yourself a lot of very tough, brutal questions before you come into the environment. What do I look like? Are we visually an item? What do I say? What do I do? How do I ingratiate? How do I work the politics of the situation? How do I make the best arrangement? How do I survive? How do I come in given my appearance? I look like Joe Blow the Schmo coming in. My clothes are baggy, they don't fit right because of my proportions. I'm only 5'2.5". I have a big fat belly and my arms are out proportioned. I'm ridiculous to look at. Everybody wants to laugh on me, at my expense when I come in. I'm in Billary. But I have to condition myself to have a very powerful frustration tolerance, to not become depressed, disappointed, or despondent. To come in completely neutral and do everything as an experiment and an experience, to learn to take care of what needs to be addressed and taken care of in the now. Take care of the details. The big things take care of themselves. And I have a very limited amount of contact. I'm not credible. I'm not paid attention to. If I don't ask for what I want and I don't have the courage and the boldness to ask for what I want in the now, to work in the now, to work with what the now presents me with without imposing anything on it. There's no entitlements. There's no consolations. There's no fairness. If there's one truth that I could say dogmatically, that's what I would say. I don't believe in a higher power. I don't believe in luck. I do believe in probability, possibility. But that doesn't mean it has to happen. I don't believe in consolation. I believe in forcing cold, hard, brutal reality on myself and on anybody else. I am my toughest, hardest, harshest prosecutor. I have to be. I have to come out there in a social environment present to what's going on in the now. I can't afford to miss a thing that goes on in the now because I'm going to pay a price for it. I can't afford to miss my cues. I'll pay a price for it. I can't afford to be coming. Well, no, I would put it this way. You got to do what you have to do. Honesty is never the best policy when you're communicating. I'm trying to make an arrangement. I'm trying to make a deal. I'm trying to negotiate. I'm trying to survive the interview with a woman where she sees me. She smells me. She looks at me. She sees my features. She makes a judgment right then and there of how much attention and how much credibility she wants to give me, fully knowing a woman's preferences and prerogatives are written in stone. What kind of man has she been conditioned to? It's certainly not somebody that looks like me. This situation, and I'm only painting the surface of the situation, is the small, short man's dilemma out there. Never been addressed. Why? Nobody wants to touch the small, short man with a 10-foot pole. He's verboten. He's the man who doesn't exist. He's the pariah. He's the monkey in the cage. Never been comprehended. The right questions have never been asked. The right template, but there is no template. There is no practical advice for the short, small man. Everything is an experiment. Everything's a chance. Everything's a dice roll in Las Vegas. Everything's probability. He exists in that world. Think what it's like to exist in that world. Put the shoes of the small, short man like me. Put them on you. Let him pinch a little bit. Walk around in him. Let him pinch a little bit. Then you can pay attention. Then you can take what I'm saying very seriously. I'm very serious about what I say. I expect to be taken seriously. If I'm not, I'll go on anyway. I'm not afraid of insult. I'm not afraid of embarrassment. You can't insult or embarrass me because I've heard it all. I've been broken by the best. I've been insulted by the best. I've been critiqued by the best. Horrifically. I've taken tremendous losses out there because of my passivity and because I wanted to be liked. I lived my life. You're okay, I'm okay, let's not make waves. Have a good day. You have a good day. I have a good day too. You give me a warm fuzzy, I give you a warm fuzzy back. That's all. We have only superficial, symbolic communication that means absolutely nothing. Waste of time. Trivial conversation, total waste of time. Hard to find anybody who wants to sit down with a man like me and talk seriously and give the time that what I'm talking about demands. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody has the time. Everybody has an excuse to get away from me. Everybody has a rationalization and a justification. And that's all right. Because I know what I want to say. I'm self-contained. I don't need anybody. I am a rock. I am an island. And I come into every situation completely objective as a tabula rasa, as an experiment. Just like a good sociologist. That's all I come for. I'm not here to impress anybody, to win anything, to shake any hands. I'm not here to be slick and packaged and polished. I don't know how to do that. And I don't know the cliche. I say what I have to say. I own it. I stand good for it, to be interrogated and questioned anytime, anywhere, by anybody. However you want to come. I don't care how you come at me. You want to come at me and insult me? Fine. You go ahead and do that. You want to mock and ridicule? Fine, you go ahead and do that. But you better believe I'm going to push back on you. You better believe that. You better believe that. That comes first. I have to live with the man I see in the mirror. That comes first.